comment on my last video to fight hate and negativity on the internet and hire $1 lawyer to $1 million lawyer to stop Dogpack to spreading hate. And if that doesn't work, we will hire $1 hitman to $1 million hitman. And if Dogpack can survive for 20 days, I will not only just let him go, I will also give him $1 million and a ticket to Feasible Chocolate Factory. And you gotta buy the Feasible now, cause if you get lucky, you might get Feasible that made out of Dogpack. And if you're wondering who I am the outsourcer's Mr.Beast from Asia. I am in this video, and this video, but with CGI. And this one is without CGI, so I can speak for Mr.Beast. And press subscribe now, cause I might be airdropping Lamborghini to your house. And you might be able to win $1 million if you help us to report hate comment. Except that I actually don't. Hello, my name is Realsuke. As you can see, the title, the thumbnail, and the intro are just part of the satire. I think it is hard for anyone to actually stand with Mr.Beast after seeing so many information and the allegation against Mr.Beast has been presented in the way that is so convincing. For those who haven't caught up with this situation, a guy called Dogpack404, who was working for Mr.Beast, has published 2 videos that gone viral, accusing a lot of rather heinous thing about Mr.Beast. I think we can all agree that the faking CGI is pretty much part of the norm, is totally justifiable, is part of the show, because pretty much anyone with the object permanent could see that his CGI is actually intensive. But when it comes to the game show and the lottery and the prize money, are actually rigged, as Mr.Beast being accused by the Dogpack, that is definitely alarming, unironically shocking. And it doesn't just stop there. They even got caught with one of the members faking Mr.Beast's sign on the t-shirt, which are straight up foul and definitely illegal in some sense.
So here's a clip of Tyler forging, or not, maybe not forging, using Mr.Beast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is Mr.Beast's signature.
And what is even more terrifying is that it's not safe for the contestant when they're conducting their game show. Like some of the contestant doesn't really get the medication as soon as they need it. From what I heard from Dogpack404 is like it's insulin. I don't know much about diabetes, but I do know that it could be lethal and kill someone if they didn't get the insulin soon enough. And not only one of the co-hosts of Mr.Beast, Ava Chris Tyson, texts the minor inappropriately. One of the Mr.Beast member is legitimately a criminal from committing PDF or a YouTube channel that predominantly watched by the kid. This is just simply unacceptable in any measure. And by the time I'm recording videos, Mr.Beast has never made any response to the Dogpack yet and sent him 2 warnings from a lawyer. Like, this blew my mind. Like, who's in the right mind would think that sending this warning after he exposed you would be a good idea? It's almost like showering yourself with gasoline when there's fire around you. It just doesn't make any good in any way, because Dogpack would have just shared it online. And he even make fun about this warning. And not only that, he keep upload his video as if nothing happened and expect that people would pretend along with him that nothing ever happened. This is not only the worst way to handle the allegation, but also write off evil. And as you can see, the like and dislike ratio is so terrible. And I also see the comments live myself. Any comment regarding to the allegation are being deleted massively. I think judging from the last video's comment, it would be safe to say that there are at least 40,000 comments were being deleted. Don't quote me on that, I'm pulling that out of my ass. But this is the reasonable numbers for me. It's like almost every move that he made only makes him look more evil. Especially from a person like Mr.Beast, a YouTuber that not only myself but a lot of people looks up to. It reminds me some of the saint that has been well promoted like Gandhi or Mother Teresa. If you look into their stuff, you would find out that they are not actually that good. It's just so terrifying to see somebody who did so many good things turns out to be doing fraud on so many things, and some of them are just straight up criminal. But I could see that Mr.Beast would have much better time to defend himself if the allegation is just one or two of them without anything convincing. I could see people would stand with Mr.Beast and he would be just fine, especially like the one with the Ava Chris Tyson, where you can kind of separate Ava and Mr.Beast because it wasn't Mr.Beast's action. But the thing is, the allegation and the information that was being presented just keep being surfacing one after another. And it's keep coming. And Dogpass said he's gonna make the third video about it, exposing Mr.Beast. It just keep coming. And Mr.Beast doesn't make any response with that. Every bit of action that he did are like the textbook definition of what person in the wrong would do. The Mr.Beast situation right now actually reminds me of another massive YouTuber, David Dobrik, where he pushed his crew to do something dangerous for the video. He drives this excavator without the proper license and decide to tie a rope on the excavator and have one of his crew hang on it and spin it. And eventually the crew smashed into the excavator and badly hurt. A lot of stitches on the face was involved. And one of the explanations that I heard is that David Dobrik was in this really powerful position where he can get a lot of people listen to him and get things done the way he wants. And with so many people's career are depend on him, it is hard to refuse the people who are in that position. And when a person with such a powerful position lost the common sense of what should be done and what should not be done ethically, and keep pushing the boundary without self-control, without thinking about what is right or wrong. And this is where the terrible thing began to happen, where you are in the position that you can get away with so many things without repercussion. And some people might know how to direct these power into something positive. Given that Mr.Beast doing so many philanthropies like curing people's blindness, making deaf people hear again, building houses and well. And I hope those philanthropy are not rated. And when I look into the Dogpack videos, especially the first one, you can see that he's trying to be funny in the serious way. Joke and the comedy in itself isn't bad, but the gravity of the situation is just so heavy that I couldn't even giggle along with it. I can only carefully listen to his video and getting mind blown after mind blown and listen to him exposing one thing to another while I'm in shock. And I think that even he exposing Mr.Beast, he also learned a lot of things from Mr.Beast in terms of making videos like the retention rate and all that jazz to keep people watching, because without getting people to stay and listen to what happened, people wouldn't take the allegation as serious as it is right now. It's like seeing rock climbing without any protection. And for a YouTuber like me who just started for not so long ago, if you look into my account, I may have just started less than 3 months, but I have also gone through a lot of preparation before I start the channel, and Mr.Beast videos is definitely one of the best out there. And at that time, when I take a deep look into the Mr.Beast videos, let's not just talk about the price. The production in itself would have already made Mr.Beast go bankrupt in so many ways. I don't really see a lot of them are actually being profitable. There must be some kind of really huge company or investor out there to back him up, because what inside an investor brain is that they're gonna find some place to toss their money around so that their money doesn't get inflated, especially with the mega rich people. And that's why there are so many penthouse being bought but not actually used, because they don't want their money to lose their value over time by the inflation. And usually invest in stock is also a good way. And a more risky option is get involved with the filmmaking. And yes, I'm talking about Mr.Beast's video, where you can gather so much money to achieve that levels of production without actually being worried about the profitability of it. As long as you're breaking the even, the stock price will just rise by itself, assuming that the Mr.Beast production has something to do with the stock prices. Of course, I'm saying all of these like some reptile pulling the string on the Mr.Beast's back, aiming to build a pyramid in the middle of the US so that aliens have better time to invade the planet Earth. And of course, those are just assumptions. But what I find really odd about Mr.Beast is that, do you guys remember there's a period of time where there is a huge fluctuation of Mr.Beast style videos, and people like to call it Mr.Beast clone. And I think Matthew and Eric are pretty good representation of it, because obviously they are really successful. And you can see the way they make their content, their thumbnail or even editing style are very similar to the Mr.Beast. But that's not the main issue that I have with it. The main issue is Mr.Beast will just kind of show up in their videos out of the blue. It's not like they are actually collabing or anything. It's more like Mr.Beast is there to just give this stamp of approval. Like in this video, he just kind of impersonating Mr.Beast and asked Mr.Beast for consent, and that's really it. And this video, he's asking Mr.Beast to delete his channel. Oops, this video doesn't age well. Oh. Well, in this video, Jimmy did pump some iron, but he doesn't really compete with Arax. And this video of Matthew, he just have Mr.Beast walk up to him and he just kind of show this button to the Mr.Beast at the end of video. And this one is building Mr.Beast a car. And Mr.Beast just kind of give him a pat on the back in the end of the video. Because when content creators are working together, there would be some levels of give and takes and exchange of benefit in some way. Even if you're being generous, you would only do it once or twice. You're not gonna do it for like multiple times, like how Mr.Beast do it with Arax and Matthew. But in their case, it doesn't seem to benefit Mr.Beast at all. And that got me thinking that Mr.Beast, Arax, and Matthew might work under the same agency or same investor. And somehow that agency is telling Mr.Beast to promote Arax and Matthew. Or maybe I'm just reading too deep and Mr.Beast was just being generous. This is a pretty common strategy that is used by the talent agency. You can see that in the VTubers, in the K-pop. And we can also see that in the Marvel, where they came out with a lot of kind of heroes like Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, that they don't have to risk themselves and depends on their incomes into one hero, like Iron Man. And heroes like Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Deadpool, and Wolverine are a banger, to be honest, under this kind of strategy. So what I want to say is that Mr.Beast might be working for an organization that is bigger than we thought. Or maybe I'm just reading too deep. I hope so. Because if my assumption was real, then the whole situation might be deeper than we thought. I hope that my assumption is wrong. And yeah, we will just wait and see to see how things gonna turn out. And yeah, see you guys. Drop a like and sub. See ya.